Hey guys, Preacher at 357 here, out here on the range on this bright, shiny, warm fall afternoon. So I thought I'd get out here and do some shooting. Got the wind whipping out here, so it may be roaring on you a little bit there, but hopefully you can hear what I'm saying just the same. But I've got my Remington R1 1911 out here. This is a gun that you've seen on the channel if you've watched for very long. I did I think a cleaning video with this one, which I didn't do that great a job. I don't think, tearing it down and all of that, because it never fails. You get on camera and you struggle doing things that normally you don't have any trouble doing. But just the same, it's been featured on the channel in several different videos, but never just a video of its own for me to shoot it. So I really wanted to shoot the gun because I really like the gun. I haven't shot it in a while, and so I thought I'd bring it out here just on its own and do a little shooting, and might as well do a video with it since I haven't actually done a real shooting video with it before. So here we are. Not going to talk too much about it. Not a lot really to say about it that's probably not been said before. But it's a really nice gun. It's one of the things that Big Green actually got right, you know, over the last several years before they went out of business and got bought out and all the different things that have happened. You know, they struggle with a lot of their offerings. They struggle with quality control. Some of the things they brought to market were just terrible, just to be honest about it. I mean, I'm not trying to run them down, or, you know, it's just the truth. You know, some of those guns that they brought out, their polymer frame guns, were just not very reliable. They weren't very good. They were extremely large on top of that for what they were. And we won't even talk about that R51 thing they brought out. I mean, that was a crime against humanity. That thing was terrible. But you know, the R1 1911s, they did a good job with these. They really did. This was a highlight of the last several years, you know, for Remington. And you know, it makes you wonder if they can do something like this, you know, that really takes a little bit of quality to, you know, to make a 1911 work. If they could do so well with this, why did they struggle so much with everything else? And I don't know that I have an answer for that. But I really like the R1s. I really like these guns. This is more of like the plain GI style model, so it does eat my hand up a little bit. I may be bleeding by the time this is over with. I probably should have just went ahead and put a Band-Aid on preemptively just to keep that from happening, but I didn't. And it's not as bad as a high power. You know, those Browning high powers just really tear me up. But, you know, this one gets me pretty good. But not enough that I'm not going to shoot it, because I enjoy it. I really like this. This has one of the best 1911 triggers I think I've ever felt. This is just an amazing trigger on this gun, even for a 1911. So thought I'd get out here and shoot it a little bit. You know, not do too much talking and not do too much shooting, not make too long of a video. But I just really wanted to get out here. It's such a beautiful day, and I really wanted to be out on range. And I thought if I was going to be out here shooting this gun, I might as well make a video with it, since I really hadn't made one with it before, just shooting it. So I've got a few magazines loaded up. We're going to be shooting my hand loads. Normally in review videos, I don't like to shoot hand loads, because if there are problems, then people will think, well, it's just the hand loads and it's not really the gun. It's so I like to shoot factory ammo for those, but I've had this gun for several years. I know what it is and what it isn't. It's been fairly reliable. There's been a hiccup here and there. I actually had to have the barrel reamed out a little bit on this one. The chamber was a little bit too tight for my hand loads for lead round, because those are just slightly larger than jacketed rounds, and it didn't like to feed them reliably. So I had a little bit of work done on it just for that reason. But if you weren't going to shoot lead round, you'd never known the difference anyway, which a lot of people, if you're shooting factory, you know, you'd never be shooting the hard cast in it anyway. But that's what I'm going to be shooting today, 230 grain hard cast round nose. And we'll just do a little plinking with it, just to have a little bit of fun. Maybe we'll hit something with it. It's always been a fairly accurate gun if I can shoot accurately today. And we'll just plink around a little bit, maybe talk a little bit, and then I'll let you go. So let's get to shooting a little bit here. Got a few magazines loaded up. And as usual, we'll start off over here at the red plate and just make our way around. Woo, I can feel her eating me up already. Ah, come on now. There we go. Good thing about this is when you hit one of these with a 45, you probably ain't gonna have to shoot at it again. It's probably gonna wrap those around. Just hitting it the first time is the only hard part. All right, let's try her again here. Well, she didn't wrap around, did she? I'll get her again. Turn sideways on me. Missed that great big giant cowboy. Now, how did I do that? How in the world did I do that with a 1911? Just keep on plinking here. I'm gonna shoot some at this big right here. I don't know that it'll make it jump or anything. Sometimes you hit it, it'll jump a little bit for you, but it ain't wanting to jump today. Well, cowboy's a little turned. I'm not sure where those are going. Come on, Mr. Cowboy. There we go. Yeah. And I wouldn't miss. There we go. Yeah. If you can see that, but she's eating me up a little bit, isn't she? One guy told me it's because I had fat hands. I prefer to call them meaty, but it's pretty much the same thing, right? Got some meat on those hands, and that hammer likes to get it a little bit. All right, let's try out here at 100. I don't know if I can lob one of these all the way out there or not. Maybe. We'll see. How much I'm gonna have to hold over is the question. I don't know. You can tell if I bounced that one or if it hit. That was a little low. Let me bring her up. Well, had a little bit of a failure there. Didn't go all the way back into battery. There it went. That's probably just a problem with the ammo. No. Still holding a little too low. Well, 45 does not have a lot of velocity, especially when you're talking about a 230 grain ball round. A lot of times you may be able to see it on the video. I don't know. You can see those things like arcing down when you shoot them even at 80 yards. So at 100, they're really dropping off. So you got to hold over. You kind of lob them in there. That went beside it. That did too. Well, I can't find the range. I brought her down and brought her down too much. I don't know where those going. Let's try this one at 80. Dropping low on me. Yeah, that's the problem with 45 out of distance. These don't have a lot of, these are not really hot loaded either, 45s. So you're probably looking at maybe 800 feet per second at the muzzle. So when you get out at 100 yards, you know, you don't have a lot of velocity left. And not being able to see where I'm hitting all the time, I'm not exactly sure where to adjust. Target's kind of in the shadows down there, makes it a little hard to see. I'm out in the bright sunshine right now. You just saw what my magazine did. It just ejected one of the rounds out. Which I've had trouble with these rounds before doing that, on the last round especially. Those are the factory mags that came with the Remington. That's one thing I can say. The Remington R1 is a nice 1911, but the magazines were not the best I've ever seen. I've had issues with magazines, and most of the problems I've had with the gun have actually been magazine problems. I've had very few problems with this gun when I was using anything other than the factory mags. And the Wilson Combat I have no trouble with. So even these Pro Mags, I've got some Pro Mags here that I've never had a single failure with. Never had an issue. They have been as reliable as that Wilson Combat. And I know people may think that I'm crazy for saying that, but it's absolutely true. Now, I've had some Pro Mags that were trash, but these 1911 mags have been very reliable. I've been very impressed with those. So we'll load up a couple more here, and we'll shoot one more round of magazines here, and then we'll call it done. I don't know if I'll ever find the range out there or not. Almost there. All right, I'm gonna try it here at 100 yards one more time. I'm stubborn and I don't like it that I hadn't hit, except maybe that one time. Where that one went, looks like maybe that one was low. Bring her up a little more. Still low, bring her up a little more. Still low. And still low. I just keep bringing it up and it's still low. I think I finally hit it. That may have bounced too, I don't know, I can't tell. No idea where they're going. I'm gonna go out here at 80 one more time, see if I can figure this one out. Well, I heard it. I don't know if it's a solid hit or not, but I heard it, so I'm gonna call that good. Just come back over here and shoot a little more. Yeah. Look at there. I have broke the plate off the chain. Guess it's just a matter of time. Those things have been hanging for years. Been hanging for years and years and years. All right. If I can hit that one, well, it turns to sideways now. I ain't never gonna hit it. Yeah, it didn't go into battery. Sure, that's just that lead round. I'm going under it. There we go. Had to bring it up just a little bit. This gun really does shoot well. It's a pleasure to shoot other than the hammer bite. The hammer bite sucks. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but it sure is a nice otherwise. Well, there we go. Well, I've got a double feed. And that's probably just, once again, the reloads. I'm going to say that's probably it. I've never really had those issues with the factory ammo, though that was with the factory magazines, and I have had some issues with those. I think even with factory ammo, so that may have been a magazine issue there. I don't know. Going. One more magazine. Try to hit these one more time. That'll swing around just a little bit more. There we go. On the last round, spun him around. All right, guys, there it is, Remington R11. R1 1911. And there's my hand, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but not bleeding, but it took the hide off of me. But it's worth it to shoot this great gun. So I appreciate you guys coming out. But before you go, make sure you check out the description. Got a link there for the GOA, Gun Owners of America. You can join up at a discounted membership there. Also, the Tennessee Firearms Association, I have a link there. If you live in Tennessee, join the TFA as well. Help us with our fight for our gun rights. Guys, appreciate you coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time.